when I was going for walks, I used to have to stop and turn upside down nearly and breathe, and I felt very shaky and my heart was thumping. And it would then pass and I would think no more of it, and I'd carry on. I always had a cough, and I thought maybe the cough was part of it. And I was going to my doctor about it. And then they got worse. And I used to, if I was driving, I'd have to stop and ring my husband to come and pick me up and things like that. So I really got to the point where I was afraid to go anywhere. And if I was driving, I worried that I wouldn't get to where I was going. And several times I had to be rescued. So that was that happening. And at the same time, my cough was being investigated. And my doctor decided I should go for a test. And really that's how it started. Thinking back years and years ago, I had a couple of episodes where I nearly fainted, and I used to have to sit down and have a cup of tea or orange juice or something. Never thought about it after that. For years I was fine. And then all this started. So yeah, it got progressively worse. And then I went and had my angiogram, an echo and then an angiogram. And the doctor rang and said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm gardening." He said, "Well, stop, and I want to see you." So that's how it started. Then I was with Charles McCreary and put on medications, but I was very intolerant to the medications, and in fact I had to stop taking all the medications I was on and went back to my own doctor, and then we started drip feeding me with medication, which helped a little, but I really wasn't, the quality of life was gone. I mean, I was in bed a lot, I couldn't go out, I was afraid really. And then I think Charles McCreary decided to send me to Professor MacDonald at the Heart Clinic, and then to Richard Sheehan, and with the medication not quite working enough, and they decided I should have my implant put in. The upgrade in the device, with the medication and the original device, I was still having problems. My heart was pumping but not together, so I was getting one side pumping and the other not, so they wanted to put something in that would make the whole thing synchronize. So I had that done. Now I went in, I actually was awake during the procedure. It was, I could hear people talking and it was fine. I was quite comfortable and relaxed. And I didn't know what to expect after the second one. But in fact, I found that I could feel the difference very quickly compared to the difference when I had the first one. So sort of almost dramatically, I had a change in my feelings, my capacity to do things and to want to do things. So the second one, it was it's a very simple operation. It's not even an operation. It's a procedure, I suppose you'd call it. And as soon as I had it done and I got home, and things began to improve very definitely, because obviously my heart was then synchronized. Instead of sort of fighting against itself, it was working. And then with the medication and slight tweaks here and there, yes, it's good, very good. Well, I'm monitored from home with the actual machine itself. So I am covered every day. It reads out what's happening, whether there's a problem, whether I have little runs on it, which means that even though I don't feel it, that my heart starts to beat too fast. And about 4 times a year, I have that monitored. And then I go in twice a year for the machine to be checked. And they run it and they see whether it's behaving properly and whether it will kick in at the right times. And then through the Heart Clinic, my medication is monitored. My weight is monitored. And I mean, since last March now, I've had no change in medication and I'm still going well. My machine is working very well. I've never had a shock. So the confidence, I think, is the main thing. I mean, there was a stage that I thought I'd never get better. And I thought, what am I going to do? And it takes time. But I think with the perseverance of Rich Jean and the Heart Clinic, where I know I can ring up at any time and say help if I have any problems, which I don't really do anymore. But it's there. And I think the acceptance of the machine, that it's not going to interfere with my life. I mean, I know you can be shocked by it at some stage, but I never have in 6, 7 years. So life is better, much better.